Every year, as summer winds down and the kids get back to school, we tend to see a slight cool down in the Greater Edmonton real estate market. We definitely saw this last month, even with the interest rate cuts, but the cool down was pretty negligible from an overall month-over-month standpoint. The good news is for you sellers out there, the month-over-month metrics for average prices actually increased slightly from August to September, which I was a bit surprised to see. And overall, we are still up in the double digits year over year in terms of average price. I'll give you some numbers on that in a bit here. Whether you're buying or selling, understanding what's happening in the real estate market is going to give you a major leg up in your decision-making process. So stick around and we'll walk through where things were at for September 2024. In September, there were 2,256 sales in the Greater Edmonton area real estate market, a 12.6% decrease from August, but still 10% higher than what we saw in September 2023. New listings were at 3,215, down 4.6% from August 2024, but up 6.4% higher from September 2023. These are very similar metrics to what I was reporting in last month's market update, where we're seeing the expected month-over-month decreases, but the overall market is stronger compared to last year. As we head into the final months of 2024, I predict that we will continue to see that story as always in our market. The sales will continue to cool off as the weather does each month. But when we look at 2024 compared to 2023, I think we will still finish stronger in the end. We'll have to just watch and see. It was also very interesting, as I mentioned earlier, to see that the interest rates did not really create a big uptick in buyer activity as it sometimes can, which I think really shows how market timing and seasonality has such a strong impact on people's decisions to move. We're still in a seller's market with low inventory, as has also been the story this entire year. We had an increase in inventory from 2.24 months in August to 2.52 months in September. So buyers had a few more homes to choose from, again, from a month-over-month perspective. This is still on the lower side though, as a balanced market where buyers and sellers are essentially on an even playing field, so to speak, sits at 4 to 6 months of inventory. This persistent low inventory situation had an interesting impact on average prices as we saw that month-over-month increase. So the average price for a home in the Greater Edmonton area right now is sitting at $440,000, whereas in September it was actually at $435,000 when you factor in all residential sales. So there was a slight increase of 1.3% in average price that's being driven by the constant low inventory levels that we've been seeing this entire year. You can kind of see how everything ties into each other. Breaking it down further, detached homes sold for an average of $553,000, which is up 1.3% month over month. Duplexes sold for an average of $413, down 0.3% month over month. And townhouses for $293, also up just under 1% at 0.7% month over month. So minimal movement overall month over month, but typically we do see more of a decrease month to month in the previous years as we launch into the fall market. When comparing 2024's average prices to 2023's, again, we're still up 11.7% overall year to date, which is absolutely huge and a wonderful metric to take in if you are a homeowner in our market. The average days on market has increased slightly again to 38 days. It was taking 35 days for a property to sell on average in August, so inventory is continuing to move at a pretty good pace. The average days on market in September of last year was at 44 days. So you already know the trends. Year to date, we're continuing to outdo 2023. As I mentioned, I believe that this will continue to be the trend as we round out the year. So sellers, with an increase in average price, you could still stand to sell well as we move through this fall market. Days on market are still low and stable, so this is still a good time to list your property. And for buyers, we are still in that low inventory market, so be sure to remain on the ball with a pre-approval and a buyer's agent who can support you. One positive thing to keep in mind for you is that as the market cools down and we move into the winter months, the chances of your negotiating power increasing are quite good. Less competition from other buyers could mean more wiggle room for you on getting a great price on the house that you love. If you're looking for a more personalized evaluation on how the current market could impact you and your real estate goals, I would be happy to talk about it. Send me an email and we can start the conversation. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again next month.